System curtailed. System back online.
Drop the weapon. On your six.
Go for it.
Hostile, locked. Don't let
Done for.
you fucker! Can't take much more! Fight the shield carrier! Precision agent target! Friendly KIA. Get agent targeted!
Take them out.
Taking heavy fire! Ah. Target's right on it! Concentrating fire! Stand down!
Deploying UAV. Someone? Anyone?
Over here! TIC!
Copy.
Tango
I've
down.
got your 6.
They're coming! What was that?
Busted.
Airburst coming in! Coming up on you! Man down! Man down! Man down! I'm following you! Too close!
Incoming backup request.
One of ours took a hit! Tango's on me!
Enemy engaged.
I'm with you.
Found him.
Targeting enemy. Yeah.
You're a dead asshole! demand here. Right there! I can cover you. Right? Go ahead. Target here. Let them get to the fight.
System curtailed.
I don't understand.
System restored.
Fucking arm. Hit him. Armor is failing. They got me pinned.
What's up guys, Wolf here. I just casually soloed this legendary mission, Capitol Building. And you guys can do too, if you utilize this build. As you saw from the gameplay, with this setup, I can do over 1,000,000 damage a crit, and crit very often, plus tank unlimited amounts of damage. Lots of bonus armor, lots of regen, protection from elites, hazard protection, plus lots of damage, like crit damage, makes this setup just perfect in any situation, any PvE content. You can go and solo legendary missions quite easily. And the thing is, you can also use this in a group, even though I'm going to be using Memento with this setup. You can do that, or you can quickly switch out 2 pieces, which I'm going to showcase in the setup if you wanted to get a little bit more bonus armor or play in a group. So let's take a look at the setup. It is quite simple when you look at it, but it may take quite a while to make. And if you guys don't have the pieces, I wouldn't worry too much. I'm going to tell you which ones are going to be the most important. So for this build, I have decided to try and spec into protection from elites. I try to make a tanky build that doesn't just focus on mitigating the golden enemies or the yellow enemies, which are elites. And I found that with this setup, if you put protection from elites, because we can get so much, it's up to 80%. All you got to do is kind of focus the reds and the purples, and there's going to be less of those guys. So this just works, even though it's mitigating elites. All you got to do is focus the purples and reds, and the other guys won't really do much to you, and all the bosses are going to be elites. So it just works. So I have gone for improvised pieces. You guys go and craft them from the bench. I've got 2 with crit chance and crit damage, and to be able to roll a blue, because it's important to have all blues on this build, otherwise you may get melted. You can go for more reds, it's up to you though. You can just do more damage, but you won't be as tanky. Then I've got explosive resistance here. It just helps quite a bit. That little bit of extra explosive resistance I find to be quite useful, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. So the 3-piece improvise is so that we can put protection from elite mods to mitigate the elites, and that helps a lot in a lot of different situations. Then I have got Belston chest piece. Now I recommend going with Intimidate. It's a lot of damage, doesn't rely on crit stacking, and a lot of the times with the global mods, you're going to have your Intimidate procced all the time or maxed out. So I recommend using a Belston. That extra regen helps a lot. We get a lot of regen with this build, and it's quite necessary. So Intimidate is the one that I would go for and get a bit extra armor regen. Then the mask is going to be a Jarl piece, or you can go for the Hollow Man. I decided to choose that here. Doesn't really matter. Some extra health damage can be good in certain situations. It's dependent on what you're doing, really. So you can go for this, and I've gone for Hazard Protection because I'm going to be using the Backfire. Now, I have got global modifiers on, which means I can get extra Hazard Protection for more blues I have, some more crit, and some more protection from elites. So this is what you get, 5% protection from elites per blue core while at tier 5 in stamina. So this is going to depend on how many blues you have, but I wouldn't worry too much about this. I have chosen this specialization that doesn't have extra protection from elites because I want to make use of the Striker Shield. This allows me to give more damage. All you got to do is just make sure when you're modifying this, you put a damage bonus on it. It actually gives you or your teammates, if you're in a team, more damage as long as they're in the highlighted area. So I like to use this shield. It's very powerful. It gives me quite a significant amount of extra damage, but it's up to you. You can use whatever specialization you want. So those are the pieces that I've decided to go with. And the hazard protection, extra hazard, it's on you. You don't have to go for that. You can go for like a Grupo or a Sokolov. In this case, because of diminishing returns, I probably would go for a Sokolov piece, not a Grupo. So just get a Sokolov, have some hazard protection, and it just depends how much hazard protection you want. I do get put on the bleed, but because this is going to be a global modifier build, then because we can get extra hazard protection, we're looking at 50% hazard. I would go between 50 and 65, somewhere there is all right. No more than 65. It's kind of overkill because as you're playing, as you're getting more kills, you're actually collecting more enemies. It depends what symbol they've got, and you'll actually get more hazard and more crit chance and things like that, as it states on the global modifiers. So as you can see, I also have got baseline regen here, but when the memento stacked up, it's going to be quite a lot higher than that. But with this, I've got 73% protection from elites, which is actually really good because of the global modifiers. And I think it's important to take note that when you put these modifications on, you'll have more, and there is a cap. It's 80, so between 70 and 80 you're fine. It does make a difference, but like I said, it really does help to mitigate because most of the enemies in missions like this are going to be elites, so I find it quite handy. So it's quite simple. I want to push, be aggressive. The enemies go on the back foot and you're able to collect the memento trophies, because if you don't, you're going to be squishy. So that is the thing about this build. It's going to be more aggressive. If you guys are going to play in a group, I wouldn't really recommend memento, even though it will work. The thing about this setup is, this is what I would do, guys. And this is another variation that can actually be better in some situations. If you're running into a mission, you don't have memento stacks, you don't even have bonus armor. So what I generally would recommend is, this is very good for survivability without having to get kills. So go with the Matador backpack, or just a backpack, a brand set that will help the build, that has got adrenaline rush. So perfect adrenaline rush. So this is quite significant. Loads of bonus armor, and there's going to be enemies all around you at all times, therefore always proccing this. So this is actually really handy. And then what I would do is I would go with Catharsis Mask. This will cleanse status effects, and this will also give you more damage and heal you. So this combination is going to be very good, especially if you're playing in a group. Now, I have posted this build before, but the one I'm showcasing today is slightly different, but I just wanted to mention that in case you guys are struggling with memento. But the nice thing about memento is that we get skill efficiency, which helps the shield, and the shield is a big part of this build for me, which means I can get a lot more damage. And the backfire combination with the global modifiers is the meta, as I predicted a few weeks ago. This is just a match made in heaven. You get 200% crit damage. As long as you're okay with the bleed, but we can survive, then you'll be able to hit huge numbers. When you stack memento, you get skill efficiency, damage, bonus armor, and regen. So it is very handy. And that's the only thing with Catharsis Mask. If you're playing solo, you're moving around a lot, you'll probably run away from the healing cloud. So it can also not be as good. So it really just depends on you. But this build is going to be perfect for run and gun, like I showcased in the gameplay. You will clear content a lot faster with this setup, but you're going to be a little bit more confident, or you're going to need to be a little bit more confident. But it's a great setup and it works incredibly well. Tank everything, get up close, beam them out, get lots of bonus armor. It's just a powerful setup. The backfire is amazing, and I recommend you guys use this gun. It's just unbelievably strong. Make sure you got detox here also. So firewall spec, because of the shield, and I got decoy. Then the secondary, you can go for Lexington, damage 2 targets out of cover with killer. Very nice for longer ranges. This is going to be returning with turmoil knee pads soon, guys. So at least we're going to be getting that. We don't know yet when they're going to come back out, but make sure you don't miss that. I will post a video letting you guys know that they have come back into the game, turmoil and Lexington, so that you don't miss them again, because a lot of you guys I know want them. So this setup is simple. As I've discussed which pieces I've chosen, this is going to be quite easy. Every single modification is going to be protection from elites. That's on you how far you want to go. If you want to remove a protection from elites mod, then I wouldn't use improvised. You can go for something else like Sokolov, for example, or a healer guard for more tankiness. And you could even use a chill out mask if you wish. So, but try this. It really does help, especially considering we've got firewall spec. So I would just put protection from elites mods on all pieces. It's very difficult to get 13%, to try and get that. I've only got one, and I've been farming this for literal years. So it's very difficult to get that. Then on the chest piece, so this mask, I've got hazard. Then the chest piece, I've got crit chance, crit damage with intimidate. You can use obliterate if you feel like you're struggling with the bonus armor, not proccing it, but you shouldn't. It works really well. Improvise, crit chance, crit damage. Explosive res, crit chance on the gloves. And then the knee pads, I've got crit chance and crit damage. And that's it. Memento backpack. Just great utility, great damage. It's an absolute beast of a build. I'm enjoying the setup so much right now with the global modifiers, and I recommend you guys give it a try. So let's take a look at the stats. Like I said, this will not reflect. You can get way more crit damage than this. Crit chance is natively higher because of the global mods. Without global mods, this build will work. I would just probably use a different gun or have a bit more hazard protection. It's that simple. Then you guys can take a look at the other stats. But that's it for the video. I hope you did enjoy the gameplay in the description. Let me know in the comments down below if you're going to give this build a try. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.